What's good, YouTube? What's good, YouTube? What's going on, everybody? What's happening out there, man? It's your boy, Harlow. I'm back again with another video, man. On today's video, man, this gonna be a crypto cap type of video, man. We all about cryptocurrency today, man. We all about cryptocurrency. Like, okay, I just I just lost the trade. I just lost the trade. Let me send it out on my Instagram. I lost the trade. Uh, it's tough. It's about to get tough. All right. So on today's video, man, we're gonna talk about cryptocurrency, man. Like crypto. Like I see a lot of people, man, is just excited or they just lost interest with cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, like coin, those cryptocurrencies. So on today's video, man, the title, title, the title gonna be, is it a good time to invest in cryptocurrency? Fundamentally, before I say this, before we break down anything, fundamentally, I don't know what the fuck is happening with crypto. Sorry. Fundamentally, I don't know what's happening with cryptocurrencies. But technically, all I can say is this ain't a good time, bro. Like this year was just a no-go, bro. Like when everything, bro, like the first quarter was like the first quarter was BS, second quarter BS, third quarter BS. Now we're in the last quarter of the year, man. Like, what do we expect? Total BS, bro. Like, okay, so enough with the introduction. Enough. So I want to start off from the weekly time frame, daily, 4 hour, hourly, just to break down and to see technical reasons which we can gather so we can find reasons why is it a good time or it's not a good time to invest in cryptocurrency. So looking at Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the first crypto pair which I fuck with and the first crypto pair which I got myself into. So we're gonna look at history first. History. So looking at where Bitcoin comes for like 2015, looking at the 2015 move, you can tell that like obviously this was the introduction when Bitcoin was introduced to everyone in 2015. Understand? And then we had this upward move 2015 when we now had recognition with an exhaustion phase. Okay, let me try and do this. So, okay, there was an exhaustion phase, and then price pushed, exhausted. You can go zoom it out. Please zoom it so you can see it clearly, but I know it. And then you had this push and this exhaustion, push and this exhaustion. So now, where does Bitcoin start to me? Where did I start to learn Bitcoin? 2017, right here. This level, 2017, when I now got interested with Bitcoin, understand? So now we can tell that like from this higher high, this higher high, which price gave us a lower high, break of the higher high of a new all-time high of Bitcoin, which was about $4,714,000. And then it dropped with a lower high, you understand? Boom. And then we had a lower high, which was like $3,037,000. And then it pushed all the way impulsively to the upside with about with a 563% move to the upside. You understand? So with this impulsive push to the upside. All I was anticipating now on Bitcoin, it was if we have this impulsive push on Bitcoin, there clearly has to be an exhaustion phase. But this exhaustion phase, I didn't recognize, or this is what I never thought or anticipated Bitcoin would do. You understand? So if you can tell that like from the previous high and the high, we're now creating some sort of a support. You understand? Price came back to this low, reacted to it, held this very same previous high, new high, and then price did what? Pushed to the upside, came back again, rejected that very same zone, but not the support zone, rejected again, and then impulsively pushed, giving us new all-time highs, which it was on from 2020, 16 March 2020, after the COVID-19 crash. It pushed impulsively up and until 2021 April. So from here, if you can tell from this push, price exhausted right there. The very same shit, which the very same thing which happened way right here. It repeated, you understand? But now it was different. But now history was different to us, you understand? So from this push and then exhaustion phase, boom, price did what? Pushed again. Price pushed again, giving us highs, giving us new highs, right? And then came back again to the very same zone. So we have this support and we're having what this new support. You understand on current price before we look at history, on history before we look at current price. You understand? So now we're having what support, which is basically like what buying the dip. Every time we get to the zone, you get to buy the dip. You understand? So obviously from this now correction push to the upside, giving us a new high what on 2021 November, on the 8th of November. That's is where we last came. That's the last place Bitcoin touched an all-time high of about 6 8. Okay, being specific, it's 68,910 dollars, understand, which is equivalent to about that 68,000 level to that 69,000 level, understand. And then from this high with price then pushed impulsively to the upside, which is basically like buying we buy the dip and we buy the highs, you understand? And we sell the highs, you understand? So obviously, from this dip to the downside, boom, price broke what? Price broke support and it didn't held it. It never held this very same zone. And remember, everything which I'm explaining is from the weekly time frame. It's from the weekly time frame, right? So it didn't hold the zone the way we were anticipating it would until it broke. So from 2021, from last year all the way to this year, price has been trading in a bear move to the downside. You understand? Price has been trading in a bear move to the downside. And if we can look at what's currently happening on Bitcoin, Bitcoin has been moving sideways since June the 13th. We're going breaking down with smaller time frames, but price has been moving sideways from June the 13th and held it the way it was moving sideways. You understand? So now, obviously, if we can check in history again, price was in a clean uptrend, a clean uptrend until we held the all-time high and couldn't sustain it, and we pushed to the downside. So from the daily time frame, so from the daily, we focus on what? We focus on zones. We're looking at the zones to see how price reacted from those zones. So on our support, this is our support, right? You can tell multiple rejections, prices respecting and prices reacting off of that level, right? And we can tell we have some sort of what resistance from up there, prices doing what, respecting the highs and moving to the downside until price came back to the what, to the very same support, which is this correction. What should I do? Okay, yeah, which is this correction, right? Looking at this correction, price is moving sideways on the very same resistance, on the very same support. Price has been moving sideways, boom, 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 and then it broke to the downside. So even on me, even on my side, bro, like I could have looked for what continuations to the upside because we on a what? We on a major support. I could have also looked for continuations or for reversals to the upside, which was like boom, which was going to be like something like what? Boom. And then be depletion, bullish momentum, break, retest, and continue to the upside. But unfortunately, price did what? Pushed to the downside. So obviously, when we were hoping for continuations to the upside, when most traders or most investors was hoping for continuations to the upside, which was more like what? Buying the dip, this move to the downside. It was going to be like buying the dip, you understand? But unfortunately, price did what? Broke to the downside. So looking at history again from the daily time frame, price once hit what? This higher high, and this higher low, and this higher high, and this higher low, and price pushed to the upside. So this zone is also a strong zone to do what? To look for what? For bullish, or for bullish trades to the upside. You understand? So looking at the history, when now price came back to this very same zone, bro. Like, and now price dropped, giving us a new 2022 lows. Those are 2022 lows, which you're talking about. The history, man. This is history, which I'm trying to explain. Okay, so now, boom, price coming back here, 2022 lows, 18 July, and then holding the zone, holding it, pushing to the upside, coming back again to the downside, pushing to the upside, coming to the downside, holding this very same zone, holding it and holding it until today. So now, if you can tell what I just did right there, this is my support and this is okay, this is my support and this is my resistance. You understand? I did indicate sell below support, buy above support. So you can tell that like every time price came back to support, looking at from resistance coming to support, price pushed but couldn't get to resistance, came back again, held the support zone, breaking out and breaking in, taking traders out and just playing with us, trading and doing some BS until it pushed to the upside and now breaking to the downside. Understand? So now, from the daily time frame perspective, from my signal, what I can be looking for in order to say, okay, I am comfortable with price, look with price being bullish or price continuing bearish. It's once because you can tell we have a major support, understand, and we have some sort of major resistance. So all I can say is this is a zone and this is a zone, understand. If we break the zone, let's continue to the upside. If we break the zone, let's continue to the downside. I hope someone gets that and I hope people understand what I'm just trying to break down. If we break our major support, not the major support which we explained previously, the current major support which I indicated, which is buy above support or buy above or sell below resistance. If we sell below support, which it means we actually going to have a what? A break of our support. If we get a continuation to the upside, we have a what? A break of our resistance. But in resistance, it will be kind of tricky because we'll still have a major support, which price broke and didn't come back for a retest. So I believe that like if we continue bullish, this is the zone that price can do what can reverse for before we can continue looking for those all-time lows or that continuation to the downside. So Bitcoin to my side, I don't need, okay, I will go to the 4 hour now. Bitcoin on my side, it's still in no trading zone. Cryptocurrencies, there's no sign of being bullish, there's no sign of being bearish unless we get break, unless we have breakouts of our major support or that major resistance. That's the only thing I'll be looking for, or those are the only things which will make me be comfortable to look for reversals on Bitcoin. So from the 4 hour now, all I can say is on the 4 hour, we focus on current price. What's currently happening to tell what might currently happen in future or for the week. So like we have our major support, right? We have our major resistance There's a fly, man. What the fuck is up with you, man? I ain't smelling. Okay, we have a major support. We have a major resistance. We have a major support. So if you can tell, if you can see that this zone, which I printed out right there, let me remove this. So this zone, which price did what? Pushed to the downside. When price pushed to the downside, it retested right there. And then it did what? Did boom, down, boom, double bottom, double top, boom, boom, break out, break back in, break out until we had a break back in. What the fuck is up with this fly, man? And I ain't opened the windows, man. That's why I finna be playing around until we had a what? Until we had, okay, so this is my intraday support resistance, I mean. This is my intraday resistance right there. This level which I printed out right there. You can tell that like price has been holding the zone the way it was, the way it was until current price broke back in. So this is the zone I'm looking for what? For my sales or my short trades. Sales or short trades. This is where I'd be looking to sell. So Bitcoin right now on current price, it's trading above, it's trading below my resistance, my intraday resistance, you understand? So obviously with this breakout and this break back in, all I can look for is for what this retest right there before price can continue to the downside with what current price, lower low, lower high for a new lower low. You understand? So you can even tell that like there's no sign of price being bullish. There are signs of price being bearish. You understand? So I repeat, Bitcoin, it's not a great time for it to invest in it. It's not a great time to invest in it. It's not a great time to invest in it. So looking at the hourly before we head to Ethereum, you can looking at okay, now on this on the hourly time frame, I just want to show you guys how we react, how price reacts on support and how it reacts on resistance. Okay, price came back on support, closed above, closed below, closed above, pushed to the upside. You understand? Came back again, closing above, closing below support, broke out, okay, broke back in, retested above, traded to the upside, broke out again, broke back in, retested above, pushed to the upside, broke out, broke back in, retested above with a double bottom and pushed to the upside on our resistance and pushed to the downside. Again, same thing, double bottom outside this very same zone, pushing to the upside, boom, with a current price double top on the resistance, pushing to the downside, breaking out and breaking in, continuing to the upside, spiking this very same zone, continuing to the upside, reacting on support, reacting on resistance, breaking out of resistance, closing below again of resistance, breaking out of resistance again, closing again below resistance with a double bottom, pushing to the upside, breaking out again, pushing again inside this very same resistance. You understand? So all I can say is there are more bears in the market than there are bulls in the market. Facts. There are more bears in the market than we have bulls in the market. Facts. So just to end this analysis, this technical analysis, I know it might have not been the way I always break down my trades or the way I always look for my trades, but 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 if you can try and look at this the way I see it and apply something of your own perspective and see it the way we also see it, you can tell that this is not a great time to invest in stocks, bro, to invest in crypto. So just keep the fight, keep your capital to yourself. Keep it to yourself, bro. Like keep your capital to yourself. It's not a great time to invest in cryptocurrencies. Looking at Ethereum. So Ethereum we have this Ethereum had this uptrend. boom, until we came back, giving us some sort of a double bottom on support until price did what? Pushed for all-time highs. Until price pushed for what? For all-time highs. Understand? So this move was more like it was like this. Understand? So now, if you can see how Ethereum has been moving, bro, like Ethereum is just on some BS from the hard time frames. But hard time frames are time frames which we use to swing our positions or to invest in some type of stock or crypto, forex, whatever pay. So now Ethereum, all I can say is from the weekly time frame, price is reacting here. Price came back there. Let's see what will happen if price comes back again from this zone. You understand? But at the same time, I also see something like this. You understand? But I can simply wait for what? For price to come back here to see if price breaks out or fails to break. You understand? So Ethereum from the weekly time frame, I know I'm not explaining it the way I should. Ethereum from the weekly time frame, it's also not a no-go. You understand? But looking at the daily time frame, price came here and then came back here. Understand? So that's our June lows. So when price was moving on the zone on June, here. So from this sideways move, understand? So once price came back here, when once price pushed and came back here, this was the right time for you to look forward for continuations to the upside. We buying the dip one and two, we were on support. You understand? Those were the reasons why price had to push to the upside. But now looking at current price on the daily time frame, all I can say is price is moving sideways. You understand? Price is not indicating continuations to the upside or continuations to the downside. I'm sorry, because we are moving sideways. You understand? So with price moving sideways on Bitcoin, I don't know what to say. On Ethereum, I don't know what to say. But like I repeat, I'm just simply waiting for price to come back to this very same zone and to see what reactions we will have. Either we get our what break retest and continue to the downside, or we get that fail to break and start looking for those continuations to the upside. You understand? So from the 4 hour, looking at current price, so obviously with this sideways movement on this current price, you can tell that like this candle did break out and broke back in, closing below, closing above this very same intraday support. Understand? So all I can say is let's just wait and see what will happen. If price doesn't break out, if price fails to break out, let's just simply do what? Go long on support. If price doesn't break off support of resistance, let's just go short of resistance. Understand? So this will be my zone. This will be the zone which I'll be focusing on. Understand, on Ethereum, because price is moving sideways until I get a clear breakout off of the highs or the lows, then I can look for continuations either to the upside nor to the downside. But again, Ethereum, it's also not a no-go for me. You understand? It's not a great time to invest in it until price touches the all-time lows or this 2022 lows to see what reactions we will have or what will happen from those reactions off of those zones. So Ethereum is also not a no-go for me. Last but not least, we have Bitcoin because a nigga live to a leg. So Bitcoin worries me the most, bro. Like, because the way it was moving, bro, in 2017 when it was introduced, bro, like I didn't understand its move. I didn't understand its move until price had what a upward move, bro. Until we had this upward move to the upside with a 9,253 percentage to the upside. Like, ain't it crazy, bro? Like, ain't it crazy? So obviously now once price printed those all-time highs, price pushed to the downside to create some sort of support because we now had a high for resistance, some sort of support, you understand? So now if we can focus on what I'm focusing on, once got there, price created some sort of support, pushed again to the upside, came back to that very same high last year, gave us a clean double top, bro, and then price pushed to the downside. So, what more reasons were you looking for if you were looking to be bearish on Litecoin? What reasons were you looking for if you were looking to be bearish on Litecoin? Because we had a clean double top. One, two, we had a clean double top and price pushed to the downside. So on the daily time frame, so from the daily time frame, so from the daily time frame, you can tell that like price was holding this sort of support and then pushing again to the upside, like we said. Understand? We had this high, this 2017 high. Price came back 2021 for a new high, which it didn't break the previous high for a double bottom, for a double top, and then price continued moving to the downside. Price just continued moving to the downside. Understand? So once price continued moving to the downside, once price continued moving to the downside, all I was looking for, it was once price printed this May, once price rejected on May and then moved sideways and then broke out, came back for a retest, broke back in, and then pushed to the downside for those June lows. So with June lows, you understand, once price had June lows, bro, once price had June lows, you had more than enough reasons to do what? To look for bullish moves to the upside. You understand? Because we were on our what on our major support. But again, looking at what happened from our June lows, understand price did what? Higher high and a higher low. And then, okay, so from this higher high and this higher low and this higher high, double bottom, double top, price printed this zone, boom, and then pushed to the upside, reacted off of this one, pushed to the upside, broke, retested, pushed to the downside, broke out, came back again, came back to the what? To the resistance, broke out again on support, broke out again, then traded on support, traded on support, traded on support, traded on support until price did what? Pushed to the upside. Understand? So the zone from my daily. Oh, that's the daily. This is the daily zone, which I was looking for what for my bear moves to the downside because I was looking for like something like this. I was having something like this on my anticipation or on my analysis. I was having something like this, you understand? I was having something like this, which price did what? Broke this low from the 4 hour, came back for a retest with the sideways move, pushed to the downside. I was like, if price comes back to this very same zone, we can look for what? Continuations to the downside. You understand? So now, Bitcoin, Bitcoin, all I can say is Bitcoin, I will only be bullish once we get a break of this zone, which is the like the 72. This is the 72 to 78. Okay, the 72 to okay, from 70 to $80. That will be the price market. Okay, that will be the price cap, which I'll be looking for what? For bullish continuations to the upside once price breaks or closes above those zones. But if we're looking for bear moves to the downside, it will be that simple. Prices reacting here, boom. Prices reacting off of that zone. If price comes back again and fails to break, we'll have some sort of a what? A current market price double top. Boom, 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 boom. Understand? And look for what? For continuations to the downside. So from the 4 hour, or let me just say this, even on Ethereum, even on Litecoin, it's also not a good time to invest in Ethereum. It's also not a great time to invest in Ethereum. You understand? So whether there's positive fundamentals to support what you would be looking for if you're looking for reversals to the upside. What technical reasons do you have which will support your fundamental reasons to say price will reverse or will look to start moving to the upside? It's a debate, but we save it for another day. So looking at the 4 hour before we end our session, Ethereum, Letcoin close, with this indication, which I have here, close below, when we have close below lows, you look for what? For for sales. When you have a close above highs, you look for buys. Price closed above highs, we were looking for buys. Price closed below lows, we were looking for what? For sales, but fortunately price broke back in. So now from here, when now price broke out of support, breaking out of support, breaking back off, once price broke out, boom, and broke back in. What I was looking for, it was for a retest above in order to anticipate a continuation to the upside. But little did I know that the signal which I'm taking could have given me more gains than what I was looking for. But at the same time, you take what you want in the market. It's that simple. It's that simple, man. You take what you want in the market. So we could have had a 38% gain, like a 38% gain in our bank account or in our trading account off of this trade alone. But fortunately, I took what I took because that's what I wanted to take. So now, if you trade patterns, if you trade reversals, if you trade head and shoulders, bull flag, bear flag, rising wedge, falling wedge, symmetric triangle, asymmetric triangle, butterfly wing, this, that, whatnot, bro. Continue trading it, bro. Continue trading it. Because now, Bitcoin, I was looking at this falling wedge and this rising wedge. You understand? Price was in a rising wedge, pattern until price broke out of that wedge. So from the hourly time frame, because on the 4 hour, we can't see it that clear. So once price was reacting off of the zone, price tapped right there, rejected that zone and failed to continue bullish, and now did what? Broke to the downside. So all I can say is looking at this resistance, understand, looking at resistance, price did close above, price did close below resistance, and then kind of like broke out again. So to me, on current price, because I trade breakout, I trade break back in, I trade everything. Well, I trade price action, what currently happens. So obviously, if price will continue trading inside the zone, I would look for what? For continuations to the downside. But if price trades above the zone, I'd look forward for continuations to the upside. So that's Bitcoin. That's Bitcoin for me. Bitcoin is also not a great time for me to invest in it until we have a what? A break of the major highs from the daily or a break of the major lows from the daily. Ethereum is also not a great time to invest in it until we get what? A break of the lows or a fail to break of the lows. Lows are support. Lows is more like a support zone, but I just call it lows because some people say it's demand, it's supply, it's whatnot, it's this, that, whatever that it is what it is. So on my side, investing in cryptocurrencies, it's not a great time. It's not a great time, bro. So all I can say is just wait for the right moment or be patient or just save up some more capital and wait for the right moment, which you can put your money to work. And platforms which I used mainly to invest in Bitcoin are Binance, Coinbase, Luno, if you're in Southern Africa. What else? XM, nah, not XM, not XM. XNES, the broker which I currently took a loss from. XNES, and there's more. Even banks do invest in cryptocurrency in Southern Africa. So before you invest, know about what you are going to invest in. Know about where your capital is going to work. Know why your capital is going to work. Know the risk, know the risk and the rewards which you are going to face. And most of all, bro, just be positive and let your money work for you. So this is what I was looking to upload, and this is what I will upload today. I took a nail on the nest. It is what it is. I'm gonna come back tomorrow. Nah, tomorrow's a Wednesday. I don't trade. Well, like I don't really like trading on Wednesdays because Wednesdays are just on some BS moves. They either go your direction or they fuck you up 10 times. You feel me? Wednesdays, I repeat, you either win 10 times or you lose 10 times on Wednesdays on my point. So that's it. That's your boy Harlem. That's all I got on this video, man. That's all I got. I've been waiting on uploading. I've been waiting on wanting to upload or wanting to share my take or my view on cryptocurrencies, whether if it's the right time to invest or if it's not the right time. So that's all I got, man.